Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to another part of my Building a Fair series. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make some bumper cars, and I'll also show you how to make a working version of the bumper cars as well. If you have chosen to make the entire fair, then at this point in time you have probably made the large white grid. This is where the bumper car sits inside of that grid. You can see the amount of space that we have to extend to the right from the bottom left hand corner, and then the amount of space that we have to extend inwards. Once you have found the starting position, we're almost good to go. And if you guys haven't watched any of the previous parts and you have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, you might want to refer back to part 1. And here are all of the materials that we will use throughout the build. Please do make sure that you have access to all of these. Start off your build by placing a blue concrete on the previously stated starting position. Extend that blue concrete to the right by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are then going to dig 2 blocks in the ground to the right and replace those using cyan terracotta. Right of this, place 4 red concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4. Extend backwards by 1, and then dig a hole in the ground, replace that with cyan terracotta, and then place a door on top of the terracotta. Place a red concrete next to the door, extending towards the back of the build, and then proceed to place 9 blue concrete behind the red concrete. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All we now have to do is extend this 9th block all the way across the back of the build, and then all the way to the front of the build, just like this. So the next thing that we are going to do is dig out the entire inside of the shape that we have created, and we are going to replace all of the grass or whatever the flooring material might have been, dirt, stone, glowstone, lava, obsidian, normal sort of things. We're going to replace that using cyan terracotta. Now that is perfect. The next thing that we are going to do is make the control box. So to begin, we are going to connect this back right hand corner of red concrete to the front left hand corner. So extend left and then forwards like this. We're then going to extend this back wall of red concrete upwards by 2 rows. So 1, 2. We are now going to extend the front left corner and the front right corner of the control box up by 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we can seal the right side of this up. So the left side of this we are just going to completely fill in with glass, and on the front we are going to add a row of glass on the right side from bottom to top, just like this. So the next thing that we are going to do is give this thing a roof. This is relatively easy to do, so grab your black concrete and your white concrete. It actually doesn't matter which one you start off with, but the idea is very simple. We want to, on top of the control box here where we have the top right hand corner red concrete, we're going to place a white concrete in front of this, and then a black concrete in front of the white. So on top, white concrete, in front of that, black concrete. And then extending left, we want to place alternating black and white concretes. Now this is going to line up with the blue concrete that we have below us, just like this, so just on the left side. And then we want to stack 2 more rows of alternating black and white concrete on top of the original row. And once we have 2 entire rows, this is as high as this particular pattern is going to go. but then we want to wrap it around on these sides. So on this left side here, we want to extend it backwards by 2 rows, just like this. So just to wrap it around. And on this right hand side here as well, I think that we're going to wrap it around as far as on top of the control box, just like this. So it's alternating a little bit depending upon which side you look at, but that's completely fine. And now that we have done this, it's up to you whether you want to kind of like fill the middle of this in a little bit, but we have to give this thing a roof. So literally just on top of the control box, extending backwards from the first row of the, it's meant to emulate a racing flag, the black and white concrete. Behind the bottom of this, we simply want to extend back a bunch of blue concrete that is going to sit directly on top of the entire area that we have below us. So we are just mimicking the shape that is below, and once you've done that, we can move on to the next part. Perfect. So this is what I was talking about a little bit earlier. With the flag that we have up top, it looks fine from the front, but from the sides, you might not like how it looks exactly. So you may choose... That's the wrong block. What am I doing? You may choose to extend the flag across the back of the build a little bit. So just to give it a little bit of a 3D factor, to give it a little bit more volume, just extend it across the back like this and connect it. So we want it to be about 3 rows thick, so I think that that will be perfectly fine just like this. And then we just want there to be black and white concrete in between. So we'll end up with this very Tetris-y looking shape like this. It kind of looks like a sock as well. It looks like Beetlejuice's sock. So now that we've done that, it does kind of like add a nice little bit of volume to it, especially around the sides that you can actually see it. So I'm quite happy with the end result of that. And now that we have done this, we are going to work on the inside just a little bit before we move on to the rest of it. We might as well finish this point off. So for the inside of the control room, it's really, really simple. We need quartz stairs, chest, we need item frames, minecart, lever, redstone torch, and a willing participant to control the bumper car. So we're going to need a villager spawn egg. So right next to the door, we're going to place a quartz stair. Hopefully that will stop the willing participant from leaving. Now, we also need paper, which is a material that I don't think that we have on us unless it's in the chest. It's very easy to forget, but item frame on this open point here with paper inside. It kind of just looks like a ticket resting on the side here. Chest next to the stair. On this back wall, a lever and a redstone torch. It just kind of looks, you know, electrically. On this wall, a couple of item frames, minecarts inside. That looks pretty cool. And then last but not least, we simply just need our willing controller. There we go, perfect. Look at him, he loves it in there. Thank you so much for your service. So now that we have done that, we are going to grab some other stuff just to kind of like finish things off. So we'll need birch fence gate, glow item frames, lime glass pane, yellow glass pane, red glass pane, and then we will need rails, minecart, I think that he flew the coop. Rails, minecart, and we will finally need... I think he wants to have a word with me. I will let you explore the fair, my friend. So the way that we actually get around this, guys, is that we just place another glass here. And I guess that okay, that's fine. Go and find another job around the fair, and then we can simply... We'll just... There we go. That problem should be solved now, I do believe. Goodbye, Reginald. Go and... I think he actually wants to... He wants to ride the pirate ship. Okay. Alright then. Well, I am... Continuing on, shall we? So, we need to grab also the oak trapdoors and a few more things as well. Begin by grabbing the birch fence gate, and we want to place birch fence gate underneath the blue concrete here. And if we start from the corner, where we have this white concrete, but you know, it would be blue otherwise. We want to leave a gap of 1 and then place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 oak fence gates or birch fence gates, and we want to place glow item frames in front of the end blocks and the middle block. And we're going to place red stained glass in the left, yellow in the middle, and lime in the right one. And it's just a bit of decoration. It looks pretty cool. And it's kind of like traffic lights as well, and sort of fits the theme a bit. So other than that, we kind of have to connect the bottom of the bumper cars to the top of the bumper cars, and from each one of the corners that we have available to us, starting on this left side, we're going to find the fourth block in, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then join the top to the bottom using birch fence. And then on this back corner, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then birch fence bottom to top. And then as we wrap around, 1, 2, 3, 4, birch fence bottom to top, and we can start from this corner, 1, 2, 3, 4, bottom to top as well. And on this opposite side, we can just copy what we did on that side, and then we've kind of like ran out of places where we would place this. So that's looking pretty good. So now that we have done that, ladies and gentlemen, we can get rid of some of this, and we are going to grab the last materials we need, iron bars and end rods. So I'm going to place about 3 bumper cars in here, and by the way, feel free to change the trap doors. That is how you're going to get some variance with this. You could also probably use banners, actually. We might try... I don't think you can actually place banners on minecarts. I'm like 100% certain you can't actually. But anyway, minecarts. Let's place one in this front left-hand corner area. So we're going to place a rail, minecart, behind the minecart, iron bar, one on top, join it upwards using an end rod, and then around the actual minecart we want to place flipped up oak trap doors like this, and we're going to leave the back block open and exposed. I want another one just kind of like over in this cornerish here as well, so rail, minecart, iron bar, one on top, joined together using an end rod, and then oak trap doors flipped up all the way around just like this. And then I want to have another one as well. So it depends, like, it doesn't matter what position you place these in. You could even have like one facing this way if you wanted to. But rail, minecart, iron bar, behind, extending up towards the top, end rod joining to the ceiling, and then oak trap doors just all the way around. And there we go. I mean, I think if you place another one, it might be a little bit too crowded, but I mean, you guys know how to do it if you do want some more. And beyond this, ladies and gentlemen, we have a couple more things. So, something that I didn't include, but I think that I like this. I'm not 100% certain if I do. I think I like the idea of having some hanging lanterns. So, from the 2 positions, on the left side we have birch fence, and this is optional, it's up to you. We have lanterns and soul lanterns. If we leave a gap of 1 and we place alternating, leaving gaps of 1 lanterns, extending all the way over to the left here, and then if we come over to this birch fence, and again kind of like alternating, and I'm going to have it opposite to what we have over there, some lanterns just extending all the way over. Then if we take a look from the outside, I don't know, it kind of just adds a little bit of something, I think. But again, you might not like that, you might prefer something else. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, we have actually pretty much fully completed the build. The only thing that you might want to do is this. So this was actually a suggestion in the comment section, and it was an excellent suggestion. I'll try and find the comment if I can. You can make some working bumper cars, sort of, using ice and bows. So if you did want to opt for something that was a little bit more playable and a little bit more working, then you can you can replace the cyan terracotta with ice, and you just throw a few boats on here, and if you actually have some friends unlike me, then you'll actually be able to mess about and play bumper cars against each other, and it's kind of really fun. So you could have one of these, you could have 2 of these, or you know, just choose your favorite, whichever version you'd like. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope that you have enjoyed this video. Please do remember to like and subscribe. Click that little bell next to the subscription button. That'll ensure that you get all my videos sent directly to your sub box. And even more importantly, if you do want to make the rest of the fair, that's going to be very important, but you can check the description below for the Fair playlist. There is going to be so many videos, and we're only really just getting started with the bumper cars. So check that out if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.